Good morning. Here I am with my week 15 update. It is January 31st. I am 15 weeks and 5 days. No, 6 days. No, 5 days pregnant. 15 weeks, 5 days as of today. Just wanted to give you a very brief update. Um, what's going on this week? Week 15 maybe slightly better than week 14. Not any major improvements, not many major differences. I still get bouts of nausea. I don't know if that's common or not. I don't know if that'll ever stop. I mean, I know um, it has improved. It's not all the time like it used to be, but it's not like gone. The good thing about this week is I have more moments where I feel normal or like, a person. I don't feel sick constantly, but I do have moments where I'm like, okay, let me, I'm nauseous or let me crawl in bed and things like that. So, I guess some days are better than others, and some times of the day are better than others. I notice for me, I'm better in the mornings, which is weird. Um, but I tend to probably exert the most energy in the morning because I work out in the mornings. I head to work. But as the day drags on, and then by the time I get home, I tend to be more drained and more exhausted. And sometimes I'll feel sicker later in the day or in the afternoons. Um, I don't know why. Maybe I don't know if it's because I like push myself too hard in the morning. I don't really know. But that's just how it's been working for me. So, but again, it's not every day. But I do have more energy than I had when in the first trimester. Again, not saying it's perfect, but it's more energy. Like I couldn't do anything, and now I have energy to do some stuff. Way more, and I'm hoping it'll even improve. I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping it'll improve as things go on. I don't sleep well anymore. Not that I was sleeping great before, but I was sleeping a lot during the first trimester because I was so tired. Like, tired is not even a word for it, right? It's like a level of exhaustion beyond anything I'd ever experienced before in my life. But now, I I'm definitely not sleeping as much, nowhere near as much. It's hard for me to even sleep through a normal, 8-hour night if I don't do that. Um, I'm usually constantly waking up because I'm uncomfortable or because I have to pee or I'm just feeling a lot of pressure in my lower abdomen and so I turn or something like that. I know they say that, and they say my doctor has never said this to me. I haven't asked, but I plan to ask at my next visit, which is on Valentine's Day. But she did not say that you cannot sleep on your back. I know a lot of women and blogs believe, and maybe other doctors have said that you shouldn't sleep on your back during the second and third trimester. I usually start off on my side, and that was always the case for me, but I know I end up on my back. I don't even stay on one side. Like I might start on my left side, which I think is the preferred side, based off of things I've read. Again, my doctor did not tell me this. So I might start off on my left side and then, shift to my right side and then maybe eventually end up on my back. But I toss and turn a lot more. I did buy a maternity pillow that I've had for, I think, roughly a week now. Um, it's okay. I think it helps. I like having it. But I'm not sleeping any better, or maybe I'd be sleeping even worse if I didn't have it. So I don't know. I like having it. I like being able to cuddle up with it. But it's not making me have a sound sleep. So I don't know, but I would still suggest, if you feel that it could benefit you, still getting one. Like I think I mentioned before, the one I have is what they call a U shape. I think they come in C shapes and maybe some other shapes, but the one I have is a U shape one. Um, I'm still working out. I don't, you know, This is another thing I plan to talk about with my doctor. My doctor from my first visit told me I did not have any restrictions on working out and I could work out at the same intensity level as before the pregnancy. But, it's my doctor, so that's why I should probably go it and leave it alone. But, if you read things, people say shouldn't be so intense. Your heart rate shouldn't go above 140. That's what I read on one thing. I don't know. I'm sure you can find other blogs and other articles and other whatevers that say different, but they say you shouldn't go over 140. And I work out at home, so I do a lot of Beachbody exercises. I don't know if you're familiar with Beachbody. It's like P90X and Insanity and Shaunti, the 21 Day Fix, all those different type of things. PiYo, you might see the infomercials. A lot of them, those are all Beachbody programs. A lot of those infomercials you see on TV, like on a Saturday or something, are Beachbody programs. So I have been doing Beachbody programs for years. I've actually done all the programs I just listed. And I think that, so for me, it was easier to get the streaming. So I have the streaming program, so I don't buy the individual programs anymore. I have access to all the programs through the streaming. And I bring that up to say because the streaming has some prenatal and postnatal workouts, which I believe you can only get on the streaming, which is why I'm mentioning it. And when I do those workouts, I'm not to say they're easy. They're, they're a combination of primarily strength training and some cardio. For, first they have like 3 separate workouts. There's 3 different instructors. Autumn Calabrese, who does 21 Day Fix, if you're familiar with that, she's one of the instructors. I'm going to mess up this woman's name. Igalicia Velasquez. She does one. Hers are actually my favorite. She's one of the instructors. And there's another woman who does the yoga. I am not a yoga person. I don't knock it. I think it has a lot of benefits mentally. For stress relief, for maybe your mental health. I don't like it for exercise purposes. So if you're using it for calming or whatever, you can use it for exercise. I don't like it for exercising, but if it's for stretching and calming and just centering yourself and relaxing, which I definitely need, yoga's good, but I still tend not to do the yoga workouts. But plenty of people do it just as their main form of exercise as well. I used to do Bikram, which is hot yoga. Definitely can't do while you're pregnant, but I used to do Bikram, and you sweat a ton because it's like in a 120-degree room or something like that. But even when I was doing Bikram, it was not I would do it several days a week, and it was not my main form of exercise. I was just because it made me feel better about myself. But anyway, so each of those 3 instructors, they have 3 workouts, they have 4 workouts. They have a first trimester, a second trimester, a third trimester, and then a post baby one. And some of them have more than one post baby workout. But so I've been doing some of those, but they're easier than my normal workouts. So I still do include some of my more intense workouts. So right now I've been on doing 6 days a week, working out 6 days a week. So I do 4 days of more intense workouts and 2 days of prenatal workouts, and then 1 day off. I'm trying to get my best workouts in as long as I possibly can. Most days I don't feel like it, but even before being pregnant, I didn't feel like working out. So, but most days I don't feel like it, but I still try to push to get up and work out, even if it's not the best workout. Because some days you're gonna be able to get more out of yourself than other days. I still try to push to do it, but I do something like showing up is actually a big part of it. But the prenatal workouts, they're kind of strength training. They have some cardio. They're not as intense, and I do check my heart rate constantly with all my workouts. And I do know that for them, I might go a little over 140 heart rate wise, maybe 150, but usually they do keep you in a more moderate pace. I know Autumn Calabrese, her workouts, she's very big on you being able to talk and not getting your heart rate raised up to a certain point. And I think if you're a woman who's not used to working out, maybe that is true. But as I said, my doctor, she never gave me any restrictions. She was not a doctor that I had prior to being pregnant, so we have no long-term history. She just said if you know, whatever intensity level you were at before, you can continue to work out at that intensity level. And up to every day, 7 days a week. Like I said, at one point I couldn't do anything when the morning sickness was really bad. I was just, if I could do a couple of days a week, that was good enough for me. And then it became, I was pushing myself to do around 5 days a week. And, the intensity varied depending on how sick I felt that day. And then it became, right now I'm up to 6, but that's because I feel like I have more energy right now. I don't plan to ever go up to 7 days a week during the pregnancy. So, because I like having my day off. I look forward to it in the Saturdays, and it gives me the opportunity to just stay in bed all day if I choose to. So, I appreciate that. But I'm just kind of discussing, with you guys, my working out. I don't know if I'm doing too much. I know there's women who probably do a lot more than what I'm even talking about. I do know that, if you're burning calories through working out, you probably should eat more. Some days, like when the 14th week started, I was super hungry. Like, it's like in the beginning of the 14th week, I was like, oh, gotta eat. And then it kind of stopped. Like, my appetite hasn't been, I don't know what it should be, but it has, like, I haven't been super hungry as I was. So I think maybe that's something we should look into. I've been still trying to eat, but yesterday I got caught up at work with a meeting. An unexpected phone call came in, and then it led to an unexpected meeting, and that took over 2.5 hours of my day. It ended up causing me to be here later than I wanted to be. And it's interesting because during that time, I totally forgot I was pregnant. I didn't feel sick, so that was a plus, but I didn't have anything to drink. I'm talking to people in the meeting. I'm not hungry. And then when I came back to my office, and I was like, I haven't had anything to drink. I haven't had anything to eat. So I have fruit cups that I keep just because, as a snack. So I scarfed down a pineapple fruit cup, and then, left immediately before leaving, and then left the office because I didn't want to get on a train and be traveling home and, not have access to, or have to stop to, I don't know, grab some emergency food or something like that. I'm not drinking enough. I know I'm not. I know I'm not drinking enough water, just enough, period. But it should be water, and I'm having a hard time. I don't know what to do. I know my husband's like, just force yourself. I don't know what to do. I don't know if anyone has some suggestions. My doctor said I should get one of those water infusers with where you could put the fruit, like mint and strawberry or something, and put in that, and then maybe that'll help me get it down. I don't know. At one point I couldn't keep water down. Then I bought seltzer water because I thought that would help, but it was unflavored, and I kind of realized I don't like seltzer. So it helped, but not really. So I need to figure it out because I know this is important, and I don't know how to get myself to do it. And I can go hours without drinking anything because I just don't think about it. Even though I have access to it, I just don't think about it. But I need to maybe, make sure I have some maybe seltzers that are flavored without sodium and calories or sugar. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I should do as she suggested and put some mint and, I don't know, strawberry, cucumber or something, whatever, and in some plain water. I don't know, but I need to figure that out. I'm still really, and I think it has increased dealing with gas and indigestion. and heartburn sometimes, and the pressure. I've mentioned that already, and that's been pretty consistent for me. And this baby is not that big. Actually, I think they said at 15 weeks the baby's about the size of a navel orange, which is interesting because I have one. So I guess the baby's like this big, which is a little weird. You think about it. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just, I guess the pressure on, on your lower abdomen. I'm still not really showing, so I'm actually very grateful about that because, I'm not in a rush to show like that. It's cute and not cute. Like, I'm not in a rush, but at some point maybe, because you want to have, I think most women want to have the cute baby bump, but everyone doesn't get that. Some women just look fat. And, I had a friend who got pregnant and did not develop a bump. It was more just like you would have just thought she gained some weight. Her stomach never rounded so much. It just looked like someone who gained weight. And I felt bad because she felt bad. She felt bad about it. And, she's like, people didn't treat her the way that they would treat a pregnant woman because they just thought she was fat. So they treated her like they would treat a fat woman, which, was disrespectful. And then they wouldn't treat her how they would, treat a pregnant woman, try to maybe get out of her way or be a little more considerate. Here in New York City, people aren't too much more considerate, but maybe a smidge if they notice, if you're right in their face, and then they might be a little more considerate. Given that I'm not super showing or really showing, if you didn't know, I don't think you would know. Then I'm not expecting anything extra now. Although even early on, you start to want to get those seats on the train. So I think you can. You don't have to be showing to get somebody to get up. If you're tired or feeling sick or something, and I completely underestimated the way this feels before, but if you're tired or you're feeling sick or you just feel dizzy or you just need to sit down, then, go for it. I am still hesitant to do it because I'm not showing a lot. So I feel like if I say it, do I have to like prove it? Do I have to say, can I have that seat? I'm pregnant, and then like rub my stomach or try to poke it out or I don't know. But, because I feel like people can be rude. I have not encountered that yet, but, I'm hoping not to. But if I need to see, I need to ask, and I encourage anyone else to, if you feel you need to sit down, you have to listen to your body and ask. Luckily, I'm not on the trains too long, so I tend to justify it that way. Like, oh, well, I'm only on, for one stop or a couple of stops. But in New York, one stop could be some time between a stop. So, But anyway, that's really my update. Emotionally, I don't know where I'm at. I mean, I'm still not as excited as I think I should be. I'm still in mourning, and I know it's messed up because I did IVF and all this stuff, but I'm like in mourning for my old life. Like, I'm just concerned about how my life is going to change. I don't know this new life at all. I don't have any kids. I don't know this life. It's not like I have a kid. So what's one more kid, I guess? But I don't know the life with the kids. So I'm kind of nervous about what my life will be like. And I'm a little sad about what I feel like I'm giving up. And I'm not as excited about what I'm getting because I don't really know what I'm getting. And maybe that's not how, you should feel about it, but it's how I feel about it. And it's real. So I'm not really excited. And it's surreal to me to be like, wait, so I'm going to have this human thing that I'm supposed to look after all the time, and like, what happens when I want to watch TV? What happens when I want to sleep? Like, these are the things that I'm thinking about, which probably aren't the best things to think about, but I'm taking this time to kind of unintentionally, but I know this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, letting go, hopefully, and to the past, and hopefully this will be a good thing in the future, but I really don't know. I'm trying to hype myself up about it. My birthday is in February, and my husband asked what I would like, and I really can't think of anything. And I'm not good at asking for gifts because I prefer to not do that, but I can't think of anything I really want. So I said to him, well, guess we should just focus on baby stuff. Like, don't, now I don't want to make that a habit because I don't want to discount myself so much or, never want anything for myself. But this year I just really couldn't think of anything that I wanted. And I know soon we'll have to start looking at baby things. So I said, let's just focus on baby things and, go from there. So I guess that's my life now, right? Like I said, I'm super nervous about this new life, and I'm sad about saying goodbye to my old life. Because I know a baby changes everything. And I just don't know how it's going to change it. So I don't know. I know everything is going to change, but I don't know how to prepare for that. So, everybody's super excited. And, they're like, oh, it's so great. It's the best thing. But I'm a little envious of my, and they may be envious of me, but I'm envious of my friends who don't have kids. And yes, I did make this choice to go forward, and I am happy about it, but I did not know how emotional, it doesn't matter that I made the choice to do IVF, and it was successful in the first attempt, but then those hormones hit you and your real life hits you, and it's like, wait, this is how everything's going to change, or everything's going to change, and I'm not even sure how everything's going to change. So I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who's ever felt like this. I don't know. You don't hear people talk about it. So so I'm just, you're supposed to be super excited and, and not ever think about how, maybe what you're losing or what you're giving up or what is changing for you. And so, sometimes I feel guilty about feeling this way, but that's how I feel. And I think, emotions can't be wrong. They just are. So, but if anyone else has ever felt this way or knows someone who's felt this way or have any thoughts, please feel free to let me know what you think. And if you live in the areas that are suffering from this Arctic blast like I do, I mean, we're not in the Midwest, but it's super cold here in New York. It was like 4 degrees this morning, and with the wind chill, I think it was like -9 or something. I know out in the Midwest, there is way worse. So please stay safe, stay warm. It's crazy. People say global, climate change. People don't want to say global warming, but climate change is a myth. It is not a myth. This is crazy. So please stay warm, be safe, and I will update soon. All right, bye.